Just thoughts moving forward without OG now, and I guess Jalen questionable, and just kind of where you guys are at right now.
We'll be fine. It's what we've done all year, and weather the storm, and we'll be fine.
Precious has gotten a lot more disciplined defensively, it seems like, since he's come here. What's your perspective with that kind of journey for him been like?
He's in a place where everybody believes in him, everybody loves him around him, and everybody's demanding the best of him. I think every day, 9 good plays, that one play that he can learn from, he takes that personally, and the next time he's trying to be the best that version that he can be.
Why do you think it is? Like, there are a number of centers who play under Tibbs, not just this team, but kind of like you go back and you look at a bunch of guys, and it's like, especially like guys, good pick and roll rim diving centers tend to develop really well under Tibbs. Why do you think that specific type of player seems to kind of always work well under him?
I said this at the last game. There's a blueprint here. Tibbs demands certain things of certain people in certain positions. So when you're when it's at demand every single day, and there's no days off in terms of the attention to detail and getting better, that's what you see, the development.
Donte, the team's performed well on the road all season. Obviously took 2 out of 3 in Philly. What does it take to win on the road in the playoffs?
Staying together. We know the environment tonight's going to be a really fun game to play in. They're going to feed off the crowd, but just over-communicating is the biggest thing for us.
Is there anything better than quieting a hostile environment?
The best thing about going into a road arena is being able to play together. You learn a lot about your team throughout the year of road games and tough games, and especially in the playoffs. I think we learned a lot about ourselves last series, so I think we'll be ready for tonight.
You talked earlier about your confidence when things weren't going great for you in the postseason. Somebody like Miles, who hasn't had the experience maybe you have, and has gone through a couple rough games, do you guys get in his ear? Do you talk to him about keeping up?
Yeah, it's 2-0. He knows it. Everybody's. I said this, last series at the time I was asked about my players. 2-1. Right now it's 2-0, and I know Deuce's his confidence is going to be still high, and we want confidence to still be high, and we're not worried about it. At any moment Deuce can win us a game.
When Deuce and Precious stepped up in the regular season, when OG went down, what did you see that allowed them to kind of fit in seamlessly what you guys wanted to do?
Not trying to play outside of themselves. I think everybody on this team knows their role, knows what's demanded of them every single day, and knows what it takes to win. Ultimately, that's the main goal, is to win games. It's not about trying to chase points and chase numbers, and those guys have done an amazing job of that all year.
What are you guys seeing from McConnell first 2 games?
He's playing. He picks up the pace. He's getting after it on the defensive end. He kind of jump starts them when he comes in. Even if they get off to a good start, he's coming in, taking them to another level. And if they start off slow, he's getting them back on pace. So he's one of those guys you really have to kind of turn off and limit his chances offensively.
You see different ways you guys as a team might be able to approach him after watching what's happened over the first 2.
Yeah, I think the big thing with him is we have to communicate. He thrives on the miscommunication or the lack thereof communication, little gaps, getting to his mid-range and getting to where he wants to get to. So he takes advantage of when we're not talking. So when we over-communicate and take away the actions that he likes to do, then make somebody else beat us.
What would you say? Defense on side. What have you learned just in the last couple of what works, what doesn't work?
He's an all-star. There's nothing that you're going to do throughout the game that's going to take him out of the game. Everybody was getting on him 6 points. He still had 8 assists. Still impactful throughout the game. Just his attention on the court is impactful. So I think just staying locked in, no easing up. I think last game there was a couple possessions where you think he's out of the play, and then all of a sudden the ball gets swung, and he's right back into it, getting downhill, getting his guys involved. So just staying, locked in on what he wants to get to.
I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but the idea that OG's not playing, Donte's banged up. What do you think of the idea of? All right, no, sorry, Jalen's banged up. I'm mixing up names. The idea of punting a game and saying, you know what, let's get healthy for this.
We stop there. We ain't punting nothing. We're coming in here to win the game.
Donte, where would you say? How would you say you are as a pick and roll ball handler compared to a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
That's for you guys to to talk about. It's trying to win games. We're up 2-0. Trying to come in here and just play whatever the game gives me. That's what I'm going to do and try to win the game.
Okay, well, so can I say something and follow up
Whatever
there?
you want.
I feel like your pacing is much different than it was a few years ago. You kind of are much more patient going through your reads. Is that fair to say? If so, what was that development like for you?
Appreciate it. Thanks. I think just seeing different actions, being in more actions, more repetition, allows you to slow the game down. And when you're playing with certain guys on the court, playing with Jalen, you learn from things like that.
Series, obviously, the same opponent a bunch of times, but you guys kind of are dealing with different personnel.
Mm-hmm.
Does that change the preparation or like how you guys are encouraging guys?
No, not at all. Like I said, throughout the season, you look at it, you had our starting front court gone for almost the whole season. And then, make trades, you do this, you do that, guys in and out. It doesn't matter. We have, the same things that we want to get to, the same core principles, and we believe that no matter who's on the court, as long as you defend and rebound, that we have a chance to win any game.